Right, welcome back to part 2 of the Bonneville, Jay's Bonnie, and quite a fun bit today. I think I'm going to try and get the handlebars on and the controls and the grips, just to change the overall look at the cockpit, if you like. Because once the switch gear and stuff's on, everything's going to, all the wiring I need to move is going to be in place, so I can get the headlights sorted out. But it's going to be quite nice to see how the bars look. The top clamp and all that has had a fair bit of time to dry, so that's I'm pretty happy about putting that on now. And yeah, I'm really excited about sticking the bars on. Yeah, I'll just pop them on and we'll have a look. Right, built old tracker bars on, and the old clamp and the dog bone now dried in place. Yeah, I have to actually, all black does look pretty badass. Yeah, I'm really happy. There's just something really nice about that kind of view. Really liking it. So that's all on and torqued up. What I'm going to do now is the buttons that go on the Allen bolts, they're down here, and it's just the usual thing there, those just plasticky chrome plastic chrome kind of ones that have over the years have just worn out. It's all flaked and pitted, and obviously that would just look horrendous popping those on. So quick and easy trick is just, I'm going to get a little bit of auto sol on a cloth, rub those round, and that'll bring them to black, and we can pop them on, and that'll just black out everything, which I think will look pretty cool. So let's get the auto sol. These is where I found cloth, auto sol, split it so you can see, splooge on there, old bolt, pop your cap in, and then just literally that quick gets it to there, to the edges. A clean piece. Give it a little buff. And there we go. Looks way nicer than a crappy old badly chromey effect one. So go and pop that one on and do the other three. There we go, far better. Just finishes things off quite nicely, I think. Yeah, really nice. Right, let's get the clamps and the black levers on, and then I need to punch some holes in the ends of the grips as usual, because we've got the bar end mirrors. But yeah, looking sweet. Okay, so the usual JC way of cutting out a neat clean hole in the end of a handlebar, old gash handlebar, step drill bit drilled out the end of it, so it's kind of pretty sharp, not razor sharp, but like a cutty sharp. Stick the grip over it, get your rubber mallet, and yeah, where are we? There you go, easy peasy, nice central clean hole. Okay, so the grips are on, switch gears on, levers are on, and the bar ends mirrors are in. So this one's given me a little bit of grief, because obviously the twist grip ends kind of there, because these are normally closed end grips. So there's like a bit of overhang here, so you want this kind of like slight curve in, but then you can't really allow it to touch the mirror, otherwise you're going to get in the way of your, you're going to get a sticky throttle. So I've had to kind of put together a different array of spacers and bolts and stuff, just to get the nubbin that this bit tightens onto to stick out further enough, just to get that to sit there, so we can still get full twist. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. I thought it makes sense to me. But yeah, so that was, yeah, that's probably been about half an hour farting around trying different things out. But yeah, they're on and looking really, really nice. So I think, what if we can get the exhaust on? That'd be quite nice to have a, or at least, well, definitely need to get the pipes wrapped. So I think we might try and do that now. Always the way, innit? You get that far, you think you're just going to make it, you're a little bit short. So going to have to call an end to the pipe wrapping. Okay, I've also got a little bobbed mud guard as well. I didn't cut this one down. Jamie bought one of these from PJ Glass Fibre, and that's just the gel coat, but to kind of get it, until he gets it painted, to get it to blend in, I've just given it a few coats of the satin lacquer that I used on my side panels, just to try and get it to blend in a little bit with the rest of the bodywork. It's okay. There are, because it's a gel coat, you have got a few minor little imperfections in it when you get up really, really close, which I think will probably get sorted out with paint. But otherwise, I think, you know, you're going to have to look really hard to notice it. So certainly passable and livable with until he gets it sprayed up properly. Okay then, so we had a few days waiting for more exhaust wrap to come through. I haven't been able to do an awful lot more the past couple of days anyway. I've just been a bit tied up. But where we're at now is we've got some more exhaust wrap in. I dropped the wheels off yesterday to get the new tyres fitted, so fingers crossed, as long as they're happy with the tubes that are already in there and putting them on with the bigger tyres, I should be picking those up this afternoon at some point. So I'm really hoping to get those back on the bike tonight. I've got a few things to do, so but we'll just have to see how time goes. But so back to it really, back to wrapping the exhaust. So I thought I'd just, rather than just do before and after, I'll do a little bit on this one on how I anyway tend to wrap exhaust pipes. So let's get stuck in. Just before we get stuck in, just show you the little dice choke knob. Quite a nice little addition, just to spice things up a little bit. But yeah, onto the old exhaust wrap. So the way I tend to do it is I stick the exhaust wrap in a bucket of water, just ordinary cold water, for a while, just to soak it up. I find I can get a better stretch on it, and I suppose in theory when it dries it's going to tighten up a little bit more, because I want that to be as tight as I can when we wrap it. And also it does keep the fiberglass kind of the particles down, because I'm going to put some gloves on in a minute, but this stuff just gets everywhere and your arms will just itch for a week afterwards. It is pretty minging stuff to be messing around with, but yeah, so that's been soaking now for a little while in there, so we'll get on to do that. I've taken the other wrap off that was too short, so I'll get some rubber gloves on and we'll start wrapping the pipe. Okay, alright, gloves on. I can already feel my arms itching up from just moving the stuff around and taking the old wrap off actually, so it's really just irritating. When you're putting the exhaust wrap on, the way I do it at least, is that's your downpipe as you're looking at it, so that's the front of the bike. I start from this end, because when you're doing the overlap wraps, that kind of goes against all the road shit and stuff that's going to be spraying up, so you're not going to have like the open ends of the wrap facing that way, so that makes sense, so that way around. Yeah, and I don't like those cable ties, so I use Jubilee clips, stainless Jubilee clips. You can just tighten them down. I just can't seem to get those stainless steel cable ties as tight as I like. So yeah, start the wrap, fold it over at the end, so you don't get the fraying, and tighten that one down, and then it's just literally wrapping it, and yeah, let's get stuck in. Excess. Trim that off later. So I'm going to start about, because that's going to be roughly the clamping area of the Predator. So I'm going to start about here. If I do get a bit of chrome showing through, I'm probably just going to knock over with some satin black high temp paint anyway, just to tie it all up in a little bit more nicely. So That's the proper English, is it? But okay, so the first wrap. Let's try and get this round. So the first wrap, I'll just overlap it to get a nice sort of good tight fixing point with no fraying. Think about this because I want the inside of the clip to be hidden, so it's a little bit nicer when you look at it from outside. It's just literally pulling it as tight as you can. You get some of the awkward. I mean, these are fairly straightforward pipes to wrap. They're not too. They don't present too many kinks, twists, bends, and welded on mounting areas or anything like that. Some can be a bit of an arse. Past this, one of the main mounting brackets, it's fairly plain sailing, smooth sailing. Okay, right, so I've got a couple of turns in there that are pretty tight, and I'm just going to twist everything as I go as well, just to really get that as tight as I can. And literally, it is. Just in case of doing this all the way up. So I like to try and get about half the width of the wrap over each. So this is what, 2-inch wrap, so I try and get about an inch gap showing. So about halfway across like that for each one. Let's see, we start to get the nice tight wrap. So yeah, I'll just carry on with this until we get to the other end. While it's on there, so I'm going to go and stick these out in the sun, let them dry. So I think I'm going to go and try and see if the tyres are ready now, because it'd be great to, well, get the tyres on the bike and the wheels on, so we can have a look at it. Drop it down off the stand then. That's going to make life, I can't quite get the downpipes on whilst the stands, while it's on the stand there. So I'll be able to get the downpipes on, then we'll check that the Predators are going to fit a-okay. No point in putting all those on now, because obviously you've got to get, they come across the rear axle nut, so I need the wheels on first, then put them on, and then we attack the wiring and the brake calipers, get those cleaned up. Cool, right, back with the Metzlers, and lovely, not a mark on the wheels, and they're looking nice and a little bit more beefy than stock. So we got a 11080 on the front, and it's what's the back? 150/70 as opposed to, what's the stock rear? 130/80 is the stock. So yeah, it's a little bit more beefy. So right, definitely let's get these on so we can have a little look-see, and then we'll start cleaning up the brake calipers. See, that one's a little bit cruddied up in there. Those pistons need a good clean out, and the pins and everything's all C-solid, so not C-solid but very sort of gunked up. So that's the next job after the wheels get fitted. Hey, there we go, wheels are on. Looks much better. It's a nice stance, the old girl now, looks a little bit more beefy. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Quite a large tilt over though because of the longer shocks, but not too bad. Okay, little teaser shot there then. There's the bike with the exhaust and the predators on. Really looking really nice actually, really beef. So I'm going to call it a day on this one now because I've got to nip out. It's getting late in the evening now, or well, early evening now. So tomorrow's going to be the wiring, finish off the brake calipers, start putting things on. Unfortunately, the only thing I've noticed is the ever so slightly different machining on the clutch lever here, which means basically the clutch cable won't fit in there, won't operate smoothly. So we're going to have to take those off tomorrow and put the other ones on. But there we go. But no, the main thing tomorrow is going to be just getting the wiring, getting the bodywork back on, and starting this bad boy up. But so I'm not sure. I might have a look and might call this part 2 done, and then we'll do the last bits, and then kind of final reveal thing for the third part of the video. So I'll keep you waiting a little bit longer, but I'm hoping it should all be finished tomorrow. So cool, thanks for watching, take care, see you on part 3.